contact, please.
The directing staff employ tactics that put him out of his comfort zone and distract him from the task.
It's just a cup of tea.
It's a very nice offer.
Well, just let her. She will be offended for me. She likes you. She likes this one.
Is there any chance you can tell her to stop doing that?
Sure, if you don't want to, Lena, please don't.
So I've been in different scenarios like this, more so in SERE school, and the reaction is universal, even from our guys here in the States.
The message is, man. He's uncomfortable.
Much appreciated.
He just likes to make people feel at home.
That's fine. In Australia, though, we don't get that close to each other.
By day 6, the men are in a daze. Now they are sent out on a solo navigation exercise. Although they must prove they can navigate by night and day, the real purpose is to keep wearing them down physically while providing enough space to encourage their growing self-doubt.
Conducting a land navigation exercise is like going on a solo mission to not only figure out where you need to go, but also get there in the allotted time without breaking any of the rules. Can you lead yourself? Do you have the integrity to be trusted to operate alone? Do you have the character to not do anything wrong? It's such an important exercise that, again, every single special operation unit in the world does it. This segment is brought to you by GreenBeretChronicles.com, your one-stop shop for everything you need to succeed in the military and also your professional careers. You don't know what branch of the military to join? Jump on a call with me. You're having issues with your leadership, you're getting in trouble, you don't know how to navigate certain situations? Jump on a consultation call. You're going to special forces, you don't know what to do, you don't know the process, you don't know how to prep. Jump on the Patreon and check out the prep courses that I have for you on there. You've hit a wall at life and you don't know what to do or how to do it. Mental toughness, guys, jump on a call and I'll use my 20 plus years of military experience, 15 as a Green Beret, to help you get over that hump and become the best version of yourself. GreenBeretChronicles.com. Check out the Patreon. All the links will be in the description box below. Speak with you soon.
People will be saying to themselves, this is not for me. This is not what I thought it was going to be. Others are out there and quite enjoying themselves and saying, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And they're the ones that will probably get through at the end.
These guys are given a series of checkpoints. They have to make the maximum checkpoints by day and a minimum of 2 checkpoints at night. In total, they'll cover, at the very most, 76 kilometres if they complete it, at the least about 68.
Sleep deprived and exhausted, the candidates struggle to keep their focus.
Where'd you come from, 42?
From? Didn't say so.
You don't know?
Yes, sir.
Where you come from?
I come from Bravo, sir. Come from Bravo. Sorry, Alpha, sir. Come to Charlie.
You know exactly where you come from now?
I do, sir.
Man, I don't think 42 is going to make it. Let me know what you guys think.
Meanwhile, the directing staff continue to play with their minds and erode their confidence.
How many checkpoints did you say you've done?
5.
5. At this stage, you're probably 3, if not 4, behind most other candidates. 53?
That's it.
For candidate 101, the physical pain and the mental anguish have become intolerable.
What are you doing walking on the track?
I couldn't walk on that.
Walking on the road is the difference between life and death, right? You walk on the road where that nation's military frequently drive down. You can leave footprints, which will indicate to them that somebody was there. So that's why they beat into these individuals. Do not walk on the road when you're out there conducting land nav. They're slowly training you to not do it in real life. But there's always somebody that breaks the rules.
Are you withdrawing?
I'll see the medics first.
I said medics.
He is now on the verge of giving up, but is shown no sympathy.
How many checkpoints have you done today?
2.
2?
Yeah. It's been a bad day.
What's wrong with it?
They said it's something to do with my hamstring. Won't let me walk uphill. I can't straighten it out. Put pressure on to walk uphill.
Get your radio out. Call up 0 Alpha.
As the night closes in, the medics arrive to assess 101's injury.
Okay, I think we should persist at this stage, okay?
He is told it's not serious enough to be offered a medical withdrawal.
Guys get to the point where they start feeling sorry for themselves, but they don't want to quit. So they try to leverage the medics to give them an easy way out. They want to try to save face. They can't perform, but they don't want to quit. So now they're leveraging the medics to hopefully give them a way out. We see it over here on our side also. So it's very interesting that this is unfolding.
The decision is now his. But if he chooses to quit, he can never reapply.
Training to get here. You know, holidays, you don't have holidays because you're training. Stuff like that. You gotta be dedicated to this or it doesn't work. So you sacrifice relationships to get here. So I strapped it again. A lot more support this time. I'll keep going, see how we go.
Completely exhausted, unable to concentrate and unsteady on their feet, the navigation exercise is a dangerous one. A number of candidates are forced to withdraw with broken and fractured bones. 42 is among them. After failing the 20-kilometre pack march, he now has a suspected neck fracture.
Yeah, selection is unforgiving, especially if you're not physically prepared. I think a lot of guys take it lightly and they actually cause more harm than themselves. Because all you're doing by not going there prepared is you're putting yourself in danger.
Not long enough, I went to step down into a ditch in front of me and I was caught me back foot and basically fell ass over head. Sort of just spear tackled into the ground. Yeah.
It seems 42's dream is all but over. At least he will be spared from what comes next. For the men who have survived the first 8 days of the SAS selection course, there is a brief respite. Time to heal their wounds and sleep, if only for a few blissful hours. By dawn, there is no sign this retraining session will end. As the pain levels rise, so do the withdrawals.
Now this is the point where you really got to dig deep and push through it, because every fiber of your being is telling you to stop. This is not normal. I don't want to do this, but this is exactly where the cadres want you, because this right here will showcase what you're made of. This is what it takes when you're, in a foreign country behind enemy lines and you don't have anything left in the tank and you still got another 10 kilometers to go, right? That's what they're testing for. How strong are you? What are you made of? They're just slowly peeling that onion back, and they're going to keep going until they find what they're looking for.
Despite the disappointing experience of his first interview, candidate 130 has remained positive, determined to prove himself.
Please, come in.
Oh, struggle to fit through with all
yes,
this.
You Aussies are too fat. Come on.
In this scenario, he must demonstrate he can plan well, under pressure in a foreign land.
We need help from Australia to plan the way we fight. Can you do that?
That is not a problem.
Right.
Let's see if we can sort out this problem.
This is our village. This is where we are. This radio tower, the enemy have been using this radio tower to coordinate their attacks. We've got to destroy that radio tower tomorrow morning at dawn. I'm going to go and talk to my wife for 1 minute.
Yep.
When I come back, give me your plan.
No worries. No worries.
What do you got?
How's the wife? Alright. What we're going to do tomorrow morning, we will attack this first. This will go, so they cannot get any radio transmissions out. You suppress this position, then you move up. We meet you in the middle.
That has got to be the worst plan I've heard all day. You've got them firing from here to here. You've got no idea whether that can suppress that or not. You didn't ask me anything about enemy composition. There's only 2 enemy, maybe 3 at that radio tower. There are 50 men there, but you didn't ask that. Australia is no longer my friend. Australia can leave my country and you can leave this compound. Get out.
So now at this point, everything just backfired. You got to remain composed. You got to regather yourself, and you just got to keep it moving. You just got to keep it moving, because stuff like this will happen in real life.
Enough blood has been spilt without you making more get spilt. Get out.
Yes, I overlooked some critical factors. That could have gone a lot better.
I'll tell you what, one thing I like about 130 is he admits his shortcomings. All right, and I'll tell everybody this. If you're in shape, it helps you overcome a lot when you're at Special Forces assessment and selection. All right, being in shape goes a long way because you're not as tired. Your body's not as broken down. You're able to clearly think and accomplish the mission. Right? You're not sucking when you get to an objective, or you're not sucking when you're conducting all these different tasks. So being in shape does help, and 130 definitely has that going for him.
You ever heard of 130, the saying, a round peg doesn't fit into a square hole?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. But you know what? I'm concerned you're not even a round peg. For the life of me, I'm looking at a man that I would find very, very hard to see fit into an SAS patrol.
Now that's demoralizing, right? But what you gotta do is protect your mindset. You can't let these words get to you. You still have, 11 plus days to go. Even though they're giving you feedback, take it for what it's worth. If he's mentally weak here, he's going to quit. Or worse, he'll stop performing. So he has to stay 10 toes down right here.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
So, a lot of their questions are designed to provoke a reaction. They need to see your personality. Now, on one hand, I can focus on the negative, on how badly I did. On the other hand, I can be positive and go, you know what? They were testing me. They were testing me. Maybe they just want to see. Maybe I was targeted for a reason. Maybe I have potential, and I'll show them.
So given that candidate, what can you offer us?
I think I can prove myself through my actions, sir. I have the ability.
What do you have to offer us?
Self-discipline and mindset, sir. To never quit, no matter the odds.
There's 130 blokes out there with self-discipline and mindset. Candidate, you appear to me as being a bit of a facade. I don't believe there's anything under the surface.
So now at this point, they're doing everything they can to get this guy to quit. All right, is it going to work? On some people, it might. He might be thinking about it right now.
I'm hoping to prove you wrong, sir.
I hope you do too.
Because behind closed doors, what those guys are probably saying is, hey, this kid is not a quitter. Right? Yes, he's fucking up, but there's a couple of things we can say about him. He's physically fit, he is owning his fuck ups, and he's not quitting. That's what they're saying behind closed doors.
It's day 9. The men now face the most gut-wrenching physical session yet. They head to the top of a steep track to where directing staff wait to begin the torture. Among them is candidate 42, who incredibly has returned to the course.
They took me into the hospital and they did a CAT scan and an X-ray, and there was no break, no fracture damage or anything. So yeah, good to go back out, back on the horse. So they put me straight back out in the field, and I picked up where I left off.
Your chest back down, bar touch the guys. Full range repetition.
I love all the physical training, man. Like, I love it because all it's doing is breaking them down further and further, right? To the point where some of them won't have anything left. But again, that's what selection is meant to do.
Get off your knees. Keep up.
Standing up, rope held above the head.
Gents, look at everybody else doing. They're jogging. Go, jump.
Determined to cull more candidates, the directing staff now apply maximum physical and emotional pressure.
85, kick on. 85. You're in survival mode. Show some resolve. Show us what you made of.
The pain is ramped up again and again until finally the desired result is achieved.
Eventually, guys are going to get to the point and they're just going to say it's not worth it. And guys are just going to start dropping like flies, left and right.
Obviously, this just broke me, so it's gut-wrenching, to be honest. Yeah. Something that takes months and months to train for.
Resolve. Hard.
And the session continues until more do the same.
Right, mate, you got an injury?
It's my knee, sir. Not strengthening it. I can take.
And it's always heartbreaking whenever these guys make that decision because some of them have actually put in the work. They put in the hours to get to this point, and to realize that they don't have what it takes, it's not a good feeling at all.
I stepped with my right foot, but not with my left. I want to keep going. I didn't want to leave. There's just no strength in it.
The selection course needs to be hard. We need to know that we're going to get an individual that will be able to stand up to the rigours of combat. Failure is not an option. With these qualities, they're able to operate in the environment where special operations generally reside. That is, shrouded in friction, chaos, chance, uncertainty.
I'd rather you quit here than downrange. That's what I would always tell guys whenever I was an instructor. I'd rather you quit here on your soil. I'd rather you quit here in the schoolhouse than for you to get to one of the operational groups, become a teammate of mine, and quit in Afghanistan or quit in Iraq when I really, really need you. So, if anything, on my part, I have respect for those guys because they realize that they don't have what it takes or it's not for them, and they're not willing to go put somebody else's lives on the line. It's the guys that make it through, that get downrange, that quit by, hiding behind vehicles whenever firefights are going or by running. Like, those are the guys that I have a problem with.
The SAS candidates are now midway through the course, and less than half the men remain. Tomorrow, candidates 42 and 81, along with 4 others, face the retesting in the 20-kilometre pack march. They must pass to stay on course. Only now, they've endured another 6 days of sleep deprivation and crushing physical punishment.